Hello everyone, this is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is the sermon for April 16th, 2023, and as always, we'll start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. Alright, thank you. Another hot day here, since I live in Florida, and winter's over, so uh, I will be wearing my minister vestments or uniform, or whatever you want to call it, when it cools down, but as of right now, I'll just be wearing this. But, okay. Today's sermon is called The Thief and a Sage. And as usual, it is on alltimeshortstories.com. One evening, while a monk was reciting his prayers in his room, a thief broke into his house. Point a sword at the monk, the thief threatened to take his life unless he would give him money. The monk, not frightened by the thief, replied calmly, "You are disturbing me. The money is in the drawer over there." He pointed at the counter in the far corner of the room. "Help yourself," he said, returning to his prayer. The thief rushed to the drawer and began collecting the money. He heard the monk call out, "Don't take all of it. Leave some for me to pay my tax tomorrow." The burglar froze in his place. It wasn't a request, but a bold demand. Nevertheless, he did as he was asked and headed toward the door. "Hey," the monk shouted, "you're leaving without thanking me for the money. Very impolite of you." The thief was shocked by the level of courage displayed by the monk. Unconsciously, he whispered, "Thank you," and left the room awkwardly. Later that night, he told his friend about the bizarre encounter with the monk. "I was more afraid of the monk than he was of me," he exclaimed. A few days later, the burglar was caught. He was accused of robbery not only at the monk's place, but also at many other places. He was taken to court for the trial. When the monk was called as a witness, he said, "No, this man did not steal anything from me. I gave him the money. He even thanked me for it." This, however, did not keep the thief from being locked up behind bars, but he did get a lesser number of years than he deserved for his crime. During his time in prison, he thought a lot about the old monk. Years later, the thief was released from prison. He straight away walked to the monk's house and rang the doorbell. The monk, upon opening the door, saw the man who had robbed him standing there with a bag slung over his shoulder, a certain humbleness in his eyes. "Ah, I knew you would show up," the monk laughed. He wholeheartedly welcomed the criminal into his house and prepared him for his future in the righteous path. Moral: a man of calm is like a shady tree. People who need shelter come to it. Toba Beta. The the monk allowed the thief to take the money, requesting or telling him to only leave enough so he could pay his tax, and then having him thank him. And then using that, told the courts that the thief did not rob him since he allowed the guy to have the money, and that the guy thanked him for it. This, in turn, gave the thief a lot to think about, turning him from his wicked ways to something better. As far as redemption is concerned, I know it's weird for a minister, but I don't always believe in redemption. I'm open to it. I would like to be wrong. It is something that I want to be wrong about. But a lot of time, it is hard for me to believe that people have redemption. But who knows, one day. But in any case, try to help each other out. You never know if you will be the reason I'm proved wrong about this because of your kindness. But remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. If you get the chance, be nice to someone who needs it, and prove to me that redemption is a real thing. I'll see you next week.